Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Reino de las Mascaras, the Kingdom of the Masks. I'm your host, Ray de Mascaras, and we're jumping right in here today. This week is kind of a calm before the storm week. One of the last weeks here for the foreseeable future before something is either streaming or I've got a live event to attend. Unfortunately, there is one that I did have to scratch off the calendar that I'm a little bit bummed out about, and that would be First Wrestling's hot streak at Treasure Island Casino next month. Looking at the calendar, and our godson is graduating that weekend up here, so we will not be able to make the journey down to Treasure Island for that show. We're bummed. It's one of those things that is graduation season, and we've got quite a few on the docket, but still kind of stings a little bit. So hope everyone, for those of you who watch football, is enjoying the NFL draft. I am taping this as the draft is happening, and hopefully I will have timed this out perfectly so that I do not have to watch my Vikings with yet another head-scratching pick like they do every year. So we're going to jump right into it here and talk about a mask of an absolute legend. And it is a replica, but it's really one of my favorites, quite honestly. But it is Mr. Jushin Thunder Liger, and for a replica mask, this is really well put together. I started picking this up and looking at it, figuring out what I wanted to talk about in regards to the mask, and it kind of floored me a little bit how well it's put together. It is a replica; it's a semi-pro, but I mean, the horns, you look at the horns are solid. Like, I'll poke somebody's eye out if I had this and I headbutt them. But just the overall craftsmanship on it all. And Liger's probably one of, if not the first masked wrestler that I saw growing up. During his time at WCW, before that, a lot of the times with masked wrestlers, it was, I'll be honest, I was young enough, I really don't remember seeing Owen Hart as the Blue Blazer, except on, tapes of past events. I don't remember seeing him on, live TV or, weekly television, I think is the word I'm looking for. So when Liger first made appearances for WCW, I was floored. I thought, this is the coolest guy ever. So, but yeah, I love the color on it, the traditional red Jushin Liger mask. And, you've got a little bit of a hybrid here because you've got the tie in the back. The top of it is a little bit stretchier, so it'll kind of conform to the head. But yeah, Liger's been on my list of somebody I'd want to get, an officially licensed or something ring worn from him. It's a little bit out there. I got really lucky when Ultimo Dragon came to town almost a year ago. Man, it's almost been a year ago already. But when he came to town, I was able to get a mask from Ultimo, and it kind of leaves Liger as one of the last big names that I've been waiting to cross off. Slight teaser for most likely next week's show. This past week, I did check off a really big name that I've been looking for quite a long time. Look for that on Instagram come Mask Monday if you want an early preview of that, and then I will talk at length about it for next week's episode. So I'll go ahead, I'll put this one on and talk a little more about it. And here we go. Yeah, so it fits really well, very breathable. Obviously, you can see my lips moving through it. So, definitely be one that I could comfortably wear throughout a day if I was doing, Halloween at work or something like that. But, as you can see, don't have the hair that Jushin Liger had. I know toward the end he did have a wig on there, or hair attached to it, whatever you want to call it. I do not have that. I think my wife does, but I'm not going to go and put that on and then put this on Although that would look pretty cool. I might have to do that at some point. But, you know, you can see just, you know, it's tied. It's a little bit tight, but a little bit of adjustment on the back, and it sits really well. It's not going anywhere. I can move, you know, I can move around pretty well, and it's not going to go anywhere. So if that's another, you know, it's another good aspect of it if I'm going to be out and about and wearing it. I don't know. I might have to wear this at one point for the Jussi for the Jussi match. I'm sure if you follow me on X, you've probably seen the exchanges we have. It's just it's a lot of fun. So maybe at some point I'll have to wear one. I'll have to wear something like this to a show. Just, you know, just for the sake of doing it, just for the fun of it. So I'll switch back out and we'll close this one down. And there you go. That is our mask this week to talk about this amazing Jushin Thunder Liger semi-pro replica. You know, again, you know, I've talked about it quite a bit over the last few months or so, how my collecting habits have changed. I've really started, you know, pouring my time and resources into the ring-worn and official replica market. But, you know, putting this one on and just kind of playing around with it, you know, kind of reminds me that, you know, still nothing wrong with the replica. And I've never felt like, you know, replicas are beneath me. Don't get me wrong. It's just, again, with, you know, the change in, doesn't like to stay on the head very well, though, I will say that. Just with the you know, the change in spending habits, sometimes you forget how, you know, how nice these masks really are. So that is going to round out the show for the week. I hope you have enjoyed it. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what's working. Let me know what you want to see more of. Let me know what you want to see less of. So with that, we're going to check out. We're going to look forward to 3 hours of Rampage and Collision on AEW Saturday night. We've got WWE SmackDown tomorrow night. And then next weekend's a big one for me because we've got Gringo Loco's Cinco de Mayo event. As of the time this is making air, we do have House of Glory that is running a show also on May 5th, featuring Penta El Cero Miedo taking on Rey Fenix. Now, I say as of airtime because typically when an AEW contracted wrestler returns, AEW likes to be the first place that they show up. So it's kind of like, is he going to show up on Rampage? Is he going to show up on Collision? Is he going to show up on Dynamite? If he doesn't, I'm kind of leaning toward that match maybe being changed. So keep your eyes open for that. But just looking at what I've seen advertised thus far, Gringo Loco's show looks absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see that one. So with that said, I'm going to check out for the week here. So we'll see everybody next week. As always, live, laugh, love, and Lucha Libre. We'll see ya.